morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope that you're feeling well, and if not, I hope some of my story can help you on your journey to feel well. My name is Danny Kravitz, and I'd like to share with you my story of Lyme, love, and mystery. About 1 year ago, I got diagnosed with Lyme disease, and it's been quite a heart-opening, mind-opening experience, and I'd like to share some of my story and some of the tools that I've used to help me get well. I think I'll start back in 2010, November 2010. I had a house fire, and I'm from upstate New York, Syracuse. I was in the nursing field. I loved my job. I love helping humans feel well. But there was something that didn't feel right working in the hospital. I went in really young and naive and innocent, and some of the things I saw blew my mind. And it's beautiful how we can help people, and we have come so far with our technology and our medicine. But there was something missing. There was something, I don't know, speaking to my soul on a deeper level that I wasn't listening to. And I lost my house in a fire. So after losing everything, I decided to quit my job and get on the road. So I traveled for 3 months in a car from New York to Florida, across the United States to California, with zero plan, just an open mind and heart, ready for anything. While I was in Cali, I got a phone call from a friend, also from Syracuse, and she lived in Puerto Viejo sometimes and then lived in New York sometimes, so she'd do a little on and off thing. And she got my phone number, called me, and said, "Danny, what are you doing with your life? You lost your house, you quit your job, now's the time to come visit me in Costa Rica." I said, "Oh my goodness, of course, obviously this is the time." So that night, I slammed the car door closed, grabbed my keys, and just started running. I had corduroys and a long sleeve on, and I was just running, and then the tears and the release and everything started coming with that. And so, cooled down, got in the car, slept through the night, and then started on my journey home, back across the United States, back to New York. I worked for my mother's cleaning company for about a month, saved enough money for a plane ticket, and came to Costa Rica. My plan was for 3 months, and I've been here 8 years, well, 8.5 now. And it's beautiful, and I love it, and it's taught me so much. And I'm very grateful to all of the people who've helped me along this journey thus far to get to where I am. And so yeah, starting here with $250 and selling jewelry on the beach, bartending at a certain restaurant, and just trying to find my way all over the town, meeting the local people, trying to speak the language, and 8 years later, I'm here. I run a pretty successful, chill little beach hostel. It's called La Ruca Hostel in Puerto Viejo, Limon, Costa Rica. Come visit if you'd like. My heart and doors are open. Mi casa es su casa. Anyways, back to the story. So I'm here, and about 1 year ago, I got diagnosed with Lyme disease, and it was rough. I'm a very active, proactive human, don't do stillness too well, which I'm learning to do. So I was biking about 28K every other day, every 3 days with a friend, and one morning I got up to ride, and not even 2 minutes into the ride, I had the thought, like, "Danny, you need to turn around." I did not feel well. There was something going on, but of course we've been programmed to think certain things, and my period was coming, so I said, "Oh, it's just your period. You can push through this. Let's go." So I push through, and I get all the way to my halfway point to Bribri, and I am woozy. I'm not doing well, and mind you, this is a pretty mountainous mountain bike ride. So I get there, I'm like, well, you gotta get home. So I rode home, and by the time I got to La Ruca, this is where I live and work, I pretty much collapsed in the reception, shakes and tears, and the only thoughts that I could think were something is eating me from the inside out. And yeah, sure enough it was, but I did not expect what was to come. So, stepping away from too much Western medicine, I went to see a curandero, or a healer, and he did some cool tests and said, oh, something's wrong with your central nervous system. Maybe you're not producing enough synovial fluid in your joints, because I was having so much joint pain and so much fatigue. But I would always, you know, say, oh, well, you know, I played softball or basketball, or I ran all the time. That's why my knees hurt. That's why my neck hurts. I was in a car accident. I fractured my neck twice. Like, all these excuses of why my body was in pain and why I was tired. And then it got to the point where I realized I'm only 31 years old. I shouldn't be having this kind of pain. This is unreal. And I am a little bit hard-headed and stubborn at times, but when the body was screaming at me, not speaking loudly, screaming, please stop, please slow down, I had to listen. I didn't have a choice. So the medicine man gave me some herbs, and I'm all about the herbal teas and medicines now, and I felt okay, not too much of a difference, but I had a little bit more energy, and I said, okay, well, I guess this will pass. And you know, the whole period and moon comes through, and okay, yes, it's just that. And then it wasn't getting better, and I called my mother and finally told her. I didn't want to worry her, and she said, Danielle, you need to get a Lyme disease test. Your symptoms sound just like what I had. And my reply was, Mom, just because you have had Lyme disease doesn't mean everybody and their brother has had Lyme disease. But no, she was right. Unfortunately, in this country, they don't do the test, so I had to send my blood back to the United States. And that took about 21 days and $200. Could have taken a flight if I could have moved, but my body was just locking up. It felt as if there were vice grips on my joints, and I was just so tired. Couldn't sleep in the night though. There was something funky going on, like my brain was just wide awake, and that was something new. Like, I feel as if all of a sudden something got awakened in me, this bacteria, this spirochete bacteria, which we'll get into soon, but I just want to give you the full background story and make this as personal as I can. So yes, get the test, get the results. Spirochetes are in my blood. Awesome. What do we do? So tapping back into Western medicine, I got scared. I didn't know what to do. Got on antibiotics. Nice month of doxycycline to wipe these little buggers out, and I'll be fine again. Yeah, I'll just do this and I'll be fine. Okay, so about 2.5 weeks in, I'm feeling okay. I'm like, okay, yep, this sometimes you need Western medicine, and sometimes, you know, that's just the way it is. And cool, awesome, thank you, I'm grateful for it. Yet I had a crazy reaction, a Herxheimer reaction, and it's when the endotoxins were not getting flushed out of my system quick enough, and I got sick again. And so I was just freaking out. I'm like, okay, antibiotics aren't working. What am I going to do? Luckily, in this crazy, beautiful Puerto Viejo town, there's an eclectic mix of humans with different traits and knowledge and skills. And one of my friends gifted me the Stephen Bunner Lyme protocol book and all of the herbs. So I started my journey with this, and I was feeling fantastic. I was feeling so energized. The pain seemed to be dissipating, and then again, 3 weeks in, crazy Herxheimer reaction. I was having so much pain, fatigue, nausea, vomiting, chills, fever, everything, and just in so much pain that I could barely walk to the restroom sometimes, and that is not me. I'm not okay with asking for help. Another part of the journey, which we'll get into later. So through this, I got scared again and didn't know what to do. Went to the doctors in the big city here, and he pretty much told me that I was too stressed and just maybe you just need to rest. You just need to rest, and you're maybe getting yourself worked up, and maybe you're depressed and all this. And I was fuming. I've been through depression. I know what it's like to be depressed. This is not depression. My body was attacking itself, and this man didn't seem to care. And So more blood tests, everything's great, you're healthy as an ox, just get some rest, and here's some vitamin D, and that'll help. Thanks, man. Awesome. So I did get on antibiotics again, and this time for 2 months, because I was so scared. I was in so much pain, and just, it was as if something would take over my body, and I would have these crazy, like tetany. My body would go into these, just muscle spasms, full body sometimes, and I have some videos that I can share, which I honestly haven't even watched yet because I've been, scared to see myself in that state. But yeah, we'll put those on and we'll just take a look at what this disease can do to the human body, and it can react different to other people. And this is part of the Lyme journey. It is such a smart, ancient little bacteria that you can have every symptom of the book. My list of symptoms was 2 pages long, and those symptoms would come and go. And one doctor is like, "Oh, I'm surprised you were even able to walk in here." It's like, yeah, man, I know. That's why I'm here. I don't want to be here, but can you please help me? And everything from thyroid to depression to you need rest or you're stressed, and nobody could believe. I guess maybe it was a country thing. I mean, still, even in the United States, people don't believe that it's an epidemic, and it's really happening. And I feel as if this is another reason it's happened to me, is so I can help get the message out there. It's been a beautiful, beautiful gift, beautiful journey. Really scary at times and really debilitating. And yeah, another reason I gotta get my voice out so I can hopefully be a liaison, a connector for you or a loved one or a friend that is going through this, because it's some heavy stuff. And when something's eating you from the inside out, you may look well on the outside, but on the inside there is a war going on, and there are tools to help fight that war and to help you find peace. And I have gotten there, and it's only taken me a year, and I feel as if there's so many humans and so many people that are suffering for almost lifetimes. And even if you don't have a diagnosis of Lyme, some of the stuff that I'll share with you will still help you on your journey to healthy wellness. And so for now, we're going to end the video here, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for listening, and lots of love and blessings to us all.